Alright, so this message, this video is about something that the first time I ever seen this before, one of my videos got age restricted. It's one of the ones that I just recently posted, calling it F ground fighting. So I'm not even gonna swear, I'm just gonna say F ground fighting. So I guess it got flagged too many times and they got it age restricted. And reading them up more in these YouTube community guidelines, I never actually read these guidelines, but now that I read it and I see this stuff, I see that I'm gonna have to censor some of the stuff that I put out there. And it limits my creativeness, my ability to be creative, but within those confines, I'm gonna have to work with it because YouTube is allowing me to reach out and share a certain message to the public at large. And I'll work with YouTube based on their guidelines and basically censor my message. But I think it is silly, with especially what I'm speaking against and what they're representing and how they're being mass commercialized and everything's okay with them. But then when I speak against it, maybe a little aggressively or just using certain profanities, they're going to try to censor me. So I think it's pretty stupid. But I'm gonna go over some of the things that they say in the guidelines, and I'm gonna show this to you how kind of silly this is. So they say graphic or gratuitous violence is not allowed. If your video shows someone being physically hurt, attacked, or humiliated, don't post it. So that guideline alone is what the whole MMA and cage fighting is all about. Everybody in that cage is getting severely physically hurt. They're being attacked, and then the person that's losing is clearly being humiliated. But it's okay for all that cage fighting, all that MMA crap, that garbage to be on YouTube. I mean, it's all over YouTube. So really, all that fighting stuff it should be removed. It should be banned from YouTube. Using human beings to physically hurt each other, being attacked and humiliating each other. So pretty much right there is kind of what I'm getting at right now. Now here's another guideline. We encourage free speech and defend everyone's right to express unpopular views, which I do quite often, but we don't permit hate speech. Speech which attacks or demeans a group based on race, ethnic origin, religion, disability, gender, age, veteran status, and sexual orientation, gender identity. So all those protected groups, I'm aware of that. I don't attack those groups. I'm attacking these MMA fighters, attacking these cage fighters, and that has nothing to do with their race, their religion, disability, gender, age, veteran. It's none of the protected classes. So I might have some hateful speech towards the violence that I speak against and I protest in the cage, but it's not does not fall under any of those classes. So I'm just looking through this and I'm getting familiar with it to see where I could where I have to pretty much draw the line and stuff like that. Here's another one. Dangerous illegal acts. While it might not seem fair to say you can't show something because of what viewers theoretically might do in response, we draw the line at content that's intended to incite violence or encourage dangerous illegal activities that have an inherent risk of serious physical harm or death. This means not posting videos on things like instructional bomb making, ninja assassin training, sniper attacks, videos that train terrorists, or tips on illegal street racing. Any depictions like these should be educational or documentary, and shouldn't be designed to help or encourage others to imitate them. Alright, so there it goes right there, exactly what I am trying to do. I'm trying to encourage people that teach martial arts to be responsible with who they teach. You're not supposed to just make public videos teaching everybody how to like hurt other people, and that's essentially what a lot of people are doing out there. They're basically, when they say we draw the line at content that's intended to incite violence or encourage dangerous illegal activities that may inherit risk or serious physical harm or death. So a lot of these people teaching people how to fight online, they're teaching people how to be violent. They're teaching people how to be dangerous. They're teaching people to put other people's physical, other people in harm physically, and they're teaching other people to potentially know how to kill people. This means posting videos on things like instructional bomb making, ninja assassin training, sniper attacks, videos that train terrorists. Okay, what this society deems as terrorists is kind of what I'm saying is just people that are not good people. Doesn't have to be a terrorist, just people in general that are just not good people should not be trained in martial arts. And the people that teach online so publicly and so open for anybody to learn, they're pretty much teaching the wrong people. And that is exactly why I don't promote people to teach people online without screening out the people to see who they're teaching. So, I mean, if you look at these guidelines, this is exactly what I'm speaking and speaking about, and how martial art teachers have to be responsible. So this is essentially, giving me further credibility to what I'm saying, because this is something that I just naturally feel within. I just naturally feel that not everybody should be trained in martial arts. You know, this is not something where I look it up in a legal book and all this laws and stuff. This is how I just naturally feel. But if you look at these guidelines, it's exactly backing exactly what I'm speaking about. You know, and the whole thing about this whole this guideline, graphic or gratuitous violence is not allowed. If your video shows someone being physically hurt, attacked, or humiliated, don't post it. And that's exactly what the whole cage fight is all about. All that stuff, that cage fight stuff, needs to be taken down. You know, because it's teaching people to be extremely violent. I mean, this is not just boxing. We're talking about people in a cage brutally trying to hurt each other. You know, choking each other, rolling around the ground, like bloody mess out there and all that stuff. That stuff should not be posted out there, fully commercialized for everybody to see and everything like that. So that's what I'm speaking against. And now they're trying to say that my video is age restricted. Well, okay, whatever. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing, but I'm gonna censor it a little bit. I'm gonna calm it down a little bit. I'm gonna swear a little less, but I'm still gonna put out the message, and you know, whatever. But what I'm basically saying is that I'm mainly protesting this cage fighting stuff. You know, this violence that everybody's feeding off of, and it's creating more of a violent society. And really, I'm using profanity as a creative way to educate, and that's what hip-hop does a lot. That's what rap music does. That's what the whole hip-hop culture is all about. You know, we may be using, in a way, some aggressive language, but that is just verbal. We're not even going physical. And then you got these people in the cage going crazy, beating the living nightmare out of each other. But that's considered age appropriate. You know, this is just silly. And I know exactly what Tupac was going through, because that's what he was complaining about as well, because they were like telling him that he swears too much and he's teaching people to be violent. But then you got movies like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone or whatever, all these action movies where they're cutting people's heads off, doing all this crazy stuff. So I see that people become very sensitive when it comes to language, and it hits home at them. So I see that, and I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna use it as a tool to wake people up. I just gotta tone it down a little bit. That's no problem. Whatever.